All right, hello everyone. Kind of out of nowhere, I forgot to put up the stream thing um, the 2 or 3 days ago when this was announced by Xbox. Hold on. All right. Yeah, so this was like announced like 2 3 days ago out of nowhere. I know they have these partner previews, you know, a couple times a year or whatever, but I feel like we just had the developer direct. I honestly was not expecting anything until like maybe Summer Games Fest time, but here we are. Anyway, there should be some cool announcements. They said Stranger Than Heaven is going to be shown here, which is that new game from RGG Studios. I am looking forward to that. Um, Something new, something other than Yakuza Like a Dragon and stuff. And it's not part of that you know universe like Judgment was. So I'm hoping for good things there. And then I'm not sure what else they're going to be showing. Um, from the screenshots here, it looks like we got some Stalker 2, like maybe a DLC, and I think that's the Expanse game. But I'm kind of wondering if it's only those three things, like, why even bother? And these are third party games, of course. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe I mean, I hope there's going to be a couple surprises in there, but this might be a short one. This might be like half an hour long, you know, if that. If they're just going to go into, you know, these three games. Anyway, I've on the side, I've been playing some games on Twitter. I do have videos, by the way, scheduled to be uploaded on the channel. There's a couple things I would like to get uploaded first, before some of these larger videos go live. So that's why you haven't seen anything since the initial reminiscing videos, and of course these live streams. I'm still working on some things in the background. Um, so I'd like to get a couple gameplay discussions up. I'd like to get a there's some more reminiscing videos I still need to do, but those are mostly done. And then I recorded a big unboxing that's already uploaded on the channel. I just got to get it, I have to make it go live. It's already scheduled, but yeah, that's sort of why things have been kind of delayed. How's it going, Tyler? I am doing good. Just had to I forgot to put up the stream a couple days ago when this was announced, but I am here on time. Anyway, yeah, I've just been trying to do some more gameplay discussion videos. I got to get that uploaded and scheduled, and then I think once that is done, hopefully I can get that done this weekend. Once that is done, you'll start seeing content kind of, you know, start to go live. I'm just kind of holding off on some things before I get the other stuff done. Wonder what the surprise announcements in the show will be. Yeah, it's kind of out of nowhere. So, like to me, like based off of this screenshot, right? The Expanse, Stalker 2 DLC, Stranger Than Heaven. Now I'm excited for the Expanse and Stranger Than Heaven. But I'm kind of wondering what the point of this whole thing was if you're only going to show these three things. It's like, could have been an email, bro. But who knows? Maybe they might have some surprise announcements in here. Usually they do that one more thing. They did that with the developer direct. So here's hoping. And honestly, I missed. I didn't stream the developer direct earlier this year, so I kind of missed out on the initial Xbox preview. So I gotta be here for this one. I wonder what the vibe is going to be as well, considering that this is our first uh, I don't know if you want to call it kind of a press briefing or live stream event whatever you want to say. It's the first one since they replaced all of the top head people at Xbox. So, it's going to be interesting. I wonder what the vibe's going to be like with what's her name taking over now, and I wonder if this was like, part of that change. Like she went in there. I forgot her name. Asha Sharma, something like that. The new CEO of Xbox. I wonder if she's if the reason we're seeing this right now is she's kind of went in there and been like, no, like we gotta, put this out there. We gotta get people excited again. I wonder if this is part of her like initial, wave of changes. That this wasn't really scheduled. It was kind of just like, oh, here it is. We gotta put this out. So anyway, I guess we'll wait and see how it is. Stalker 2 DLC, I mean, the game's been out for like over a year. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, you know, they kind of missed the mark with getting story expansions out. Maybe that is the new norm, though. Maybe with how long game development takes, that the new norm is like, oh, you release a game and DLC now takes a year plus to come out, which is crazy to me because you always used to get DLC within a couple months of the release. Um, it was never really that long of a wait, but now it's like I wonder because if you look at like the Elden Ring DLC, which I haven't played yet, it is massive from what I heard, but it took like a year plus for them to make that. So I wonder if that's just the development track record for downloadable expansion content for story based games like that. Is it just takes a lot longer now. So now you're waiting like a year plus after the game came out. Who knows? I really hope that when it comes to Stranger Than Heaven, I really hope that it is a different game to Like a Dragon or Yakuza. I just hope that it fundamentally is a different game. I'm sure it's still going to be a brawler, but I am hoping that it's not just Yakuza, but it's like, you know, in like the 50s or whatever time period it takes place in. Like I just hope there's a little bit like of a different thing there. Like it's a mixture of like some investigative stuff. It looks like you're playing some type of detective. So it'd be cool if you're doing like some investigative gameplay, if it's like part LA Noir, but also you have a brawler like the Yakuza brawler engine. That would be really, really interesting if they're able to fuse sort of, slower paced gameplay with high action combat like that. So I'm hoping it's not just literally a Yakuza reskin. Um, and I love Judgment and or Judge Eyes as it's called, in Japan. I love that franchise. They did a great job with that. It is very much a Yakuza game, but it's a different take and style on it through the lens of you being again a modern day detective. And now that I just said that, I'm wondering, okay, then what's the if that's the route they're going to take, what's the difference with this? So it's interesting. RGG Studios is kind of on a downturn, it seems. Ever since Nagoshi-san left, who's right now having a lot of trouble, working on his own game. That other game, Gang of Dragon, is, you know, basically in danger of being canceled at this point, which really just frustrates me. I'm really not a fan of this current, industry climate. It's taken so much good, but I'm just hoping that there's a differentiating factor there because it seems that RGG Studios is like, like Yakuza Kiwami 3. I recently replayed Yakuza 3, the original game on PS3, and it does look it looked more dated than I remembered. I think it still plays okay, but it definitely like looked more dated than I recalled. It kind of looks like you could tell that they spent a lot of their time upgrading the Yakuza game from a fixed camera to a fully 3D environment, and like that took a lot of time and a lot of resources to get right. So a lot of the visuals and stuff failed. That game can at times look like a PS2 game. It looks it definitely looks really really dated. And you have to bear in mind as well that it came out much later in the US, because the franchise was not really you know, it didn't really have a strong of a presence as it does now stateside. So anyway, but what they messed up with on Yakuza Kiwami 3 was they cut content, and apparently they changed story, like major story segments. They kind of rewrote the game. Now, Yakuza 3's story was not that great. It's actually one of my least favorite stories in the entire franchise. Half of the whole game, you're just sitting there doing nothing. You're basically taking care of children, doing, fetch quest errands, for the kids at the orphanage. Like the entire game is like, or the half of the game is like that. It's basically like nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden the story ramps up. So I didn't care for the Yakuza 3 story anyway. But from what I understand, the rewrites are like really bad. Like like they really missed the mark on there. This is what I've heard. But obviously I have not played the game. So I feel like there's a lot of work that RGG Studios has to do to get on people's good graces. Again, cutting content was another thing as well. Apparently, there's only like 30 something side missions in all of Kiwami 3, and there was like 100 in the original game. Checked, and they said there will be surprises. Xbox said there will be surprises with this conference. That's good. I guess it's going to be premiering shortly. Anyway, so all this kind of boils down to just I think RGG Studios has a lot of work to get a lot of that good grace back, and I just feel awful for Nagoshi, who kind of went off to do his own thing, and already even with someone as reputable as him, who basically took the Yakuza franchise and had it rise up in massive popularity. Even with someone as credible as him, he's having trouble getting his new IP out, and it may never come out. It's really frustrating. Anyhow, let's just hope for the best. I guess that's all we can do. Am I just supposed to refresh this? It says it will begin shortly, so I'm just going to keep it on this screen. You guys have to let me know as well how the volume is. I'll just adjust it on the fly. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Stream changed from 1440p or 4K to 1080p. Oh well, I'm only streaming in 1080p anyway, so. Volume is good? Alright. I was playing the Alone in the Dark remake. Guys, that's a good game. That's a really good game, and it's dirt cheap right now. You can get it for like $10, I think, on the Steam sale or somewhere around there. But I was really surprised. Like that, it's a good quality game. It's definitely not up to the same quality as the Resident Evil remakes, but it gives you that same sort of vibe, and it does it in its own sort of way. But I really enjoyed that remake. I thought they did a great job with that. Now, granted, I was playing it years later and the studio was already shut down, so all the patches have already been made, but I was really happy with it. In-game footage and cinematics, and this is Taeyon. Oh, this is the, is this the, Terminator, Survivor game? World of Darkness.
You never know what it will be. The thing that changes you forever.
I guess not.
The danger no one else sees. Lurking in the shadows. Waiting for its prey.
Shaw.
Shaw took control. There's nothing here.
Oh shit. Vampires, huh?
We have learned. We've prepared. And we won't let it happen again.
Dude, this looks really interesting. What is it? I don't recognize the name Shaw.
A reckoning is coming.
Hunt. Oh. It's a Hunter expansion? No, it's completely different. I'm not familiar enough with this.
Learn more about this world premiere and the dangerous art of hunting the supernatural.
Is this not Crytek's thing, or is this completely different? What is Crytek's thing called? I completely forgot.
No matter what we say, the choice still has to be yours.
That looked really good, but I'm curious now if it's even single player,
The opposite.
you know, or if it's just an expansion.
How far can memory type resonators go before its power consumes them?
At worst, this anomaly might be tied to the power of...
On a good note, at least they have other things to show, so I guess this will be a decently lengthy conference, or at least one with a lot of content.
Even then, it'll be okay. At least we've tried our best till the end and have no regrets. No rush. Go see it for yourself.
Someday.
Hunter the Reckoning was a previous game that came out for the PS2 and Xbox generation. Oh, so is it a remake? I guess it must be a remake or a reboot of some kind. All right. Why was I thinking of Crytek's thing? I forgot. For some reason I thought of Crytek's game when I saw that title, but then I realized, wait, it's not called that.
It was like
Their extraction game. I forgot what it's called,
everything
but
made sense to you.
it's the only thing keeping them afloat right now.
Back already? Right, so you flew in on that?
Oh, this is the
Now,
Expanse.
every voice a tight beam.
Anyway, that looks good. Yeah. Thanks, Tyler.
We need him alive.
Locked on to you like a torpedo.
Do not interfere.
The universe never tells us if we did right or wrong.
The most exciting thing about this is that it looks to me like Mass Effect. And we haven't had a game like this in so long, since Mass Effect's been gone, you know? And apparently they're working on that Commander Shepard sequel. We'll see how that goes. But, I mean, if they're able to get this right,
I didn't become a mercenary to run away from my enemies.
Fear.
it's just interesting to me that it would be part of the Expanse universe.
Surely a little gun doesn't scare you.
A Trojan horse. Protegen let its own enemies in.
An enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Got space scenes, lots of variety, destructible objects. Looks quite excellent.
find our own answer.
It does. It looks really good. Yeah. Coming spring 2027. Closed beta is available. Oh, next month? Why a beta,
The
though?
Expanse, Osiris Reborn, is getting a beta.
I'm gonna have to look into
Find
that.
out how to get in and what's in store over on Xbox Wire.
I'm writing this from
I wonder what the beta test is gonna be. If maybe there is a multiplayer element, or maybe they're just, you know, testing early single player stuff, but that is curious.
I once knew. That empty old farm up in the mountains. Ashen Ridge is a good, humble town with good people in it. Warm, welcoming, but not too inquisitive. I have fond memories of that place. I hope you can make a few of your own. But be wary. You'll reap what you sow. You've always had a knack for figuring things out. That resourcefulness will keep you out of trouble, or land you right in the middle of it. Take an old man's advice. Keep busy, lay low. Idle hands are the devil's playground. Make something of yourself, for yourself, while you still can.
Crave Seasons. Interesting. Oh, Devolver.
Oh, man. Looks like we're late for this one, too.
We have to stop getting snacks on the way.
Your little naps aren't helping either.
I get puffy when I don't. But that's beside the point. Let's blast our way out of here before we're cratered next. Time to get serious.
That's serious, Sam.
Teleport first. Think never.
I never played this franchise, although I know it's really beloved. This might be one that'd be interesting to try on like a stream,
If only I had a garden hose.
as it looks like a, you know, an arena shooter like Doom.
I'm about to solve everything violently.
Perhaps you have more special abilities, more crazy combat. You need to play Serious Sam as well. Yeah. Yeah, it might be a good game to try for a stream. Just like as a first look. I still think I need to get on that when I build a new PC. Get back in the live stream. I missed that. All right, here we go. Stranger Than Heaven. Please be different. 5 eras, 5 cities. Oh. There's different time periods. More details to be revealed on ETD Day. What? Oh, they're gonna have their own live stream. All right, so we got 5 different, I guess it's 5 decades of you playing the same character. Yeah. 5 decades of you playing the same character as a younger person, getting into an older person, and then as seeing like what's interesting is that you'll be able to see like the city of Japan, or it looked like Kamurocho is what it becomes, you know, grow into like the modern day city that it is in the Yakuza games. Could be interesting. Again, I just hope that there's, you know, more there than just more of the same Yakuza games stuff. You know, it looks like a more intimate brawler, more focused on one-on-one action and like big set piece moments, and you getting your ass beat. I don't know. I enjoy the Yakuza brawlers, so if that's all that it is, I probably will have fun with it as well. Release date is May 6th? No, that's way too soon. Did they really say that? Did I miss that?
There's nothing to be afraid of.
I'd wake at dawn today when I'll see my lover sleeping.
Oh, the release date announcement is on May 6th. Okay. That makes so I guess that's the live stream that they were talking about.
Life is about stories.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect honestly to see it until the earliest late this year or early next year.
Still as beautiful as I remember.
In fact, I would say early next year.
People we meet.
Because we already got an RGG Studio release this year.
Welcome to Carl's Pumpin' Mart.
Hey, what are you doing to my van?
What does it look like? I'm fixing it.
The things we discover.
Hey, what are you doing out there?
And the things we leave behind.
What?
How will your story end, Alfie?
Interesting. Looks like an interesting narrative adventure game. Playing as an old person.
Is there a past you wish you could rewrite? Loop start.
Looks like all this person does is just run.
There's not enough time. It's not over yet. I'll change the future. There's still time.
Kind of reminded me of Hades. Ascend to Zero. In-game footage. Oh, this is a dispatch. Getting more dispatch? Oh, it's not even on. I didn't realize it was on Xbox. Really? I have not played this, obviously.
I feel like you've said that a lot in your life.
Everyone who's played it has said it's fantastic. It's really phenomenal. I didn't know it was not on
Checkpoint
Xbox.
changed the game over at Xbox Wire. Spoiler, they just made all the characters hot.
Special dedicated broadcast. Yeah, so May 6th is the special broadcast.
What the hell happened here? Where is everyone?
Rebellion. What the hell is this? From Rebellion. Wow. Oh, sign me up, man. This looks good.
Warning. Adverse weather conditions detected. Wind speeds reaching survival threshold.
It's got like a Dead Space vibe to it. Alien Deathstorm, ADS. That looked really good. From Rebellion as well. I have yet to play their RPG Atomfall, but I've heard that's a really good game too. So
Dive deeper into the tense
that looks good.
atmosphere
I'm
of
definitely
Alien
gonna
Deathstorm.
play that when that
We
comes
interviewed
out.
with developer Rebellion over on Xbox Wire.
You gotta hand it to them. You know, they've been doing really good in terms of like branching out from the Sniper Elite games, and also that other zombie sniper game that they make. Yeah, decent show. Got some announcements there. Some surprises. I also like how not a single person has spoken to us. It's just been trailer after trailer. Maybe towards the end. Frog Squand. Squamp? Squand. Or Squad. Well, they definitely made it look like a cartoon. Like, perfectly. Just looks like anything you'd watch on Cartoon Network, so I'll give them that. The visuals are well captured. Hey, Cell. What'd you miss? You missed actually a couple of interesting new announcements. We saw a new game from Rebellion, a shooter, first-person survival horror.
This story is full of mystery.
No host, no problem. Yeah, that's good with me. Yeah. So, is this a DLC for Stalker? I wish the game looked like this. This reminds me of like when we first saw the game, and it just looked incredible. And then the game came out and it didn't look this good.
I was there. It was night.
Oh, I'm not familiar with the original Bluey. Came out 2023.
My guys, they let your men in, shared their food, and what did they get in return? A According to Section 6, Paragraph B of the D4 Agreement, in case of suspicion regarding one of the parties attacking the other, the affected party has the right to secure and surveil a member of the suspected aggressor. No one is being taken!
Well, if you didn't buy the game, I would say still hold off, because they're probably going to release, you know, a Game of the Year edition, definitive edition, with all the expansions and stuff, so... I'm just kind of shocked that, you know, the game's been out for so long, and I know that the devs are in Ukraine, they're dealing with a lot of shit over there. But I do wonder if this is the track record for modern games now, is like, you know, sequels take nearly a decade, 6 to 8 years to make, and DLC takes 1 to 2 years now. And that did not used to be the case. Cost of Hope.
The first details that make up Stalker 2's upcoming major expansion on Xbox Wire.
I'll watch the arcade later and catch up on what I missed. Yeah. There's some good announcements in there, but a lot of stuff we have to still wait on. I'm thinking this thing's gonna be done in like, you know, 10 minutes, half an hour. So we saw everything that they've showed us in terms of the main splash screen. So what's next? In-game footage. This looks amazing. Just realized I'm cutting up the subtitles. The people driven mad by hunger have begun to feast upon another's flesh. The living devour the dead, and the dead in turn become the food of others. Flesh eating spreads like a plague. The very pillars of the nation are collapsing. Moreover, in the southern provinces, strange and unknown forces have appeared, burning villages, slaughtering the people and officials alike. I beg of you, Your Majesty, please save your people. What is this? Well, I love the visual style of everything. It looks fantastic. I'm trying to think like what franchises we haven't seen. Dynasty Warriors came back. We have the Souls-like games. It could be a new IP. That looks more hack and slashy than Souls-like, which is good. Moose, Dirty Fate. Interesting.
The inhabitants of the
well, it looked really, really good.
About who ultimately would come to save them.
Did I manage to purchase Crimson Desert last week? Not play, but purchased it. Yes and no. So I did not personally buy the game on console. Jacob bought the game on PC though, so it's in like my Steam library. Not that I have a computer to play it on. But I have not personally gone out and bought a PS5 copy for myself. I think probably the next unboxing that you guys will see, I'm gonna try and get 007 First Light and do an unboxing for that because I'm really excited for that. I would have done it for Crimson Desert, but I was just, you know, unavailable, unfortunately. I have not played Crimson Desert, but I know it's popular. Yeah, I've heard, you know, it's interesting because, like, I've always been sort of interested in the game, right? Because I was following its development for a long time, and I just, part of me believed that it just would never come out, that it was going to be like Star Citizen. It was going to be like, oh, we're going to keep adding things to it, and it's not going to come out. But it actually did. I've heard, it seems like the main criticism from people is the story. Everyone seems to have collectively agreed that the storytelling is, like, really, that it's not that compelling. But everyone's saying that the game is just incredible with the freedom and variety that it offers, especially because they just updated it apparently with a new, more responsive controls. That was like another thing that people complained about, was like the tank controls. Apparently they've updated it so it plays much more responsively. So
some people get so old.
Love the unboxing vids. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll try to do one for 007 First Light. I mean, I guess I could do one for Crimson Desert still. The only thing is that when I tried the delayed unboxing thing with Death Stranding 2, and no one seemed to care as much. Like, people watched it, but it, you know, I definitely missed out on that initial excitement when the game came out. So, yeah, I'm gonna try and do 007 First Light when it comes out on release. Granted, I don't have anything going on that week. And we'll see what else comes out throughout the year. Would watch your Crimson Desert unboxing. I like the plastic sounds as well. Like the ripping off of the cellophane. I just did that recently. You know, now that I beat Alone in the Dark, what I started playing right now is Rise of the Ronin. I gotta put that up on Twitter as well. But I started playing Rise of the Ronin. I just started for like, I played like the first 2 hours last night. And that game, I gotta say, first of all, it feels like the poor man's version of Ghost of Tsushima, you know? It's very much trying to like embody what was great about Ghost of Tsushima. But it's got like the it's got like sort of that same Koei Tecmo combat system, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. I will say this is the most interesting and most new thing I played from Koei Tecmo in a very long time. Like since the original Neo, it definitely, you know, handles a little bit differently. But I was really, like, what I was impressed about the most was I heard image quality on base PS5 when it came out was really awful, right? Because it runs like under 1080p, and all of Koei Tecmo's games just like technically they're not really well made. The engine's really old. They reuse a lot of assets, a lot of the same animations, and I get that they need to do that in order to get the games out as quick as they do. But it kind of makes all their games feel the same. That was my main issue with the studio and stuff. It's like, you know, you're playing Neo 3 and the characters still move. Maybe not Neo 3, but Stranger Than Paradise, Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. These are great games, or good games in their own right. But like, you look at the animations and you're like, yep, that's from Neo. Like, you can just see immediately that it's the same, you know, tech and a lot of the same, you know, structure as the Neo games. But Rise of the Ronin does feel a little different. It does. Anyway, the game looks fantastic on PS5 Pro, especially because it got updated with the new PSSR stuff. So, what is this? Anyway, I'm impressed with how it looks on PS5 Pro, Rise of the Ronin. I'll probably do some more videos and stuff, and I'll post up on Twitter that I'm playing the game today, but yeah.
Artificial Detective 2846, best detective in the world.
This looks interesting.
The point is this, all right? I'm gonna solve this case. There's just one piece in the puzzle that's driving me crazy. No touching. You got your toy? These are my toys. I'm a detective, not a babysitter, all right?
I love the art style here. Very original.
What the
Oh, it's a third-person stealth game? Like stealth action? And a shooter? Dude, look how good this looks. Damn. The frame rate's not great, but look at what they're trying to do here. Artificial Detective. Wow. That looks really fresh. That looks really, really good.
Step into the
a game where you play as a robot
dystopian
detective,
world of
yeah.
artificial detective.
In this
And these creators
futuristic
can develop
metropolis,
over on Xbox
there's a mixture of like organic beings and robotic enemies. That's the freshest thing I've seen this whole this whole presentation. That looked really, really good. I guess that's the end of it too, huh? All right, we got some good stuff here. I'm gonna pause it. So Hunter the Reckoning, Tyler, you said that's a remake, possibly, or just another entry of a game that came out on PS2 and Xbox, or a game from that era. The Expanse of Cyrus Reborn looks fantastic because it looks like Mass Effect, and we haven't had that in quite a long time. Stranger Than Heaven, we're getting more of a presentation. It's a large game, it feels like. Got to see more combat, and I wonder what the narrative is. But, you know, I've always been curious personally about the idea of taking a character-driven story where you play as someone from like their, you know, late teens, early 20s, and you play like 50, 60 years of their entire life. Like if you imagine one of these creative ideas I had is like, imagine you have like a mafia game, and it starts off in like the 1940s, 1950s or whatever, you know, and you're playing as like let's say he's like a late teens, you know, early 20s, and he's kind of just getting sucked into like the world of crime, and you get to play literally the same character as he's going through his entire life, you know, through the 50, 60 years that he's around, like within that sort of, you know, environment. In that case, it would be like a mafia environment. That was just something that really kind of intrigued me. Stranger Than Heaven looks very similar to that, where it's like you're playing possibly the same character. I guess we don't know, but, you know, possibly the same character, but very early on in his life. And you get to see the rise of the modern day city and how that changes the gameplay and things. That could be really, really interesting if they nail it right. I'm just hoping that, you know, it differentiates itself from the Yakuza games. Alien Deathstorm was the Rebellion shooter that looks fantastic. Musa Dirty Fate looks interesting. And then Artificial Detective. And then we got some other cool indies in between. Yeah, it was a pretty good conference. Good surprises in there. It was short too. I like that this thing was only like half an hour long. But yet, you know, they went through a ton of announcements here. It's cool and Stranger Than Heaven. We'll see characters grow through the decades. Yeah, I hope that's what it is. But yeah, that's a really cool concept, you know? Because usually when you play games, the world is static, right? Maybe the world changes over time. It starts to, you know, you start to see things kind of change with different structures and stuff. But what they'll do is they'll do a time skip, and it's mostly the same world, but maybe you'll see like the building that was under construction is completed, but it's just there, right? You can't interact with it in any way. Like if they found a way to make the city grow larger, and have more interaction. And then you also change the way that NPCs behave. You know, the rise of like television technology and how that's completely changes the way that people interact with you, the way that people dress. There's a lot of different things you can do there in terms of world building. But that idea has always intrigued me. That's one I've had in my head since, you know, I was a kid. It's like someone should make an open world game where you just play the same person 50, 60 years of their life and the entire world changes as long, you know, with the story like that. I was thinking about Sifu, but that's a whole another thing. Oh, in terms of like combat and stuff, yeah, Sifu is more technical. I don't think they're going to do that with Stranger Than Heaven. Um, I think it's still going to be fundamentally. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps it's going to be more of a use your environment type of brawler because we see the character kind of getting thrown around. Him like tackling people and punching them. Perhaps you'll be able to use crowds to your advantage. We'll see. There's jazz clubs as well, so you're gonna have a wide variety here of different time periods. That's what it looks like, sort of like the modern day iteration of Japan. The previous partner preview was November. Yeah, I looked at that as well because usually when I set up these streams, I just use the previous events settings and then just change some text around, so it lets me get these up pretty quickly. Yes, I think yeah, we'll probably get. Well, I expect that we'll probably get something. I would think something for Summer Games Fest. They're not going to completely skip out on that, but maybe maybe what they'll do is they'll just wait until July, like you said, and that will be their Summer Games Fest thing. So we'll have like PlayStations and of course the actual Summer Games Fest stuff in June, and then they'll like wait until the next month to have their own spotlight. Perhaps that's what we'll see. Anyway, yeah, it was a good conference. I'm excited for a lot of this other stuff. I'm gonna see if I can wish list this stuff. So yeah. I just want to mention as well. If you missed it earlier, I'm trying to get some gameplay discussions up, and then once that's up, you'll start seeing content on the channel. So I know things kind of like, I uploaded that reminiscing of Need for Speed Shift, but there hasn't been anything since. I'm just trying to get literally videos done. So what I'm hoping for is this weekend, I'm going to work on some gameplay discussions, get that uploaded. And then once that is uploaded and scheduled, you'll start seeing some of this content that's already up on the channel. Literally, a lot of these videos are already done. You'll start seeing that go live. So that's why there's been sort of there hasn't been anything happening there for like a week, 2 weeks. So I'm still working on stuff in the background, but hopefully I can get that stuff up this weekend, and then you guys will start seeing content resume. Because I just don't want to upload like just nothing but reminiscing videos. Like I want to at least have some variety in there. So that's what I'm working on. All right. Okay, I guess until next time, I'll see you guys at the next Xbox partner preview. It looks like Summer Games Fest will be the next presentation. I don't think there's anything coming up. Sony's not going to do. Sony already did their State of Play in February, but I would doubt that they're going to release one maybe late May, but I'd expect probably June. No, I have not got I have not got a Crimson Desert yet. But by the time, like, I'm not planning to go right now and get it, so there probably won't be an unboxing on Crimson Desert, but it will we'll probably 007 First Light will be the next unboxing you guys will see. That's one I think I'll definitely try to be available for. So, but I'll sort of leave it up in the air until we get around to that time. I definitely want to do some unboxings, I'll put it that way. But I've not picked up Crimson Desert personally yet. So yeah, probably 007 First Light. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.